Alright, I'm just coming on here to tell you guys how it is. For the last time, no means no. Our creator has been getting a lot of messages lately asking him if he's ever going to try again at making that big My Little Pony RPG game he had in development several years ago. And to that I say, really? Putting aside the fact that you, the majority, allowed one of our late quote-unquote friends to goon and roleplay creepy scenarios with underage characters on Twitter and kept us in the dark about it until after it was too late for us to intervene. And then got angry and tried to cancel us when we came to their defense because we didn't know what was going on and saw them getting dogged on for no valid reason, which we still have not forgiven you for. Do you really think My Little Pony deserves a game of that scale? The My Little Pony fanbase, from what we've seen, is in shambles right now. Generation 4 is all but dead and gone. Generation 5 was a gargantuan flop that even fans of Generation 4 can't defend anymore, which resulted in its untimely cancellation. All because Hasbro are a bunch of incompetent idiots who can't run a business right. And you want us to take time out of our day, put aside our videos, our Shutterstock, and our lives to put together an RPG game that would rival Golden Sun 1 and 2 in terms of size, scale, and scope? How about this instead? Instead of spamming our inbox with your pathetic attempts at getting attention, you turn around, walk away, and don't interact with us again unless you want to be fearing the shadows for the rest of your lives. Well, whatever's left of your pathetic, miserable lives anyway. If you're wasting your time trying to hurt us when we're not the ones at fault here, that doesn't say much for the kind of social lives you guys have, or lack thereof. If and when we ever do an RPG of that scale again, it'll be in a different setting, with entirely new characters based on a different series. One that didn't screw up royally and get itself killed in the same way My Little Pony did. But that's a pretty big maybe. And it will undoubtedly require some aid from AI to acquire material that we'll need to make it, since we can't count on other people to get us what we need in time. If that isn't something you can jive with, then you are, as per usual, barking up the wrong tree. So yeah, this is the last time we're going to talk about that game. If you hadn't acted like a bunch of self-entitled, hypocritical pricks, you might have been playing the game fully completed 3 years ago. But because of your actions, not our actions, but yours, the game was silently canned and abandoned with no signs of ever seeing the light of day again. And you'll have to cope with that for the rest of your lives. So sorry, but it's not happening. And if we see any further inquiries about it, we'll just happily point you to this video and this rant. I know we unironically called the Wizard 101 fanbase toxic and cringe as all hell, but it's miles better than the steaming pile of dog shit you call the My Little Pony fanbase, especially the ones that hang out on Twitter. You particular lot deserve nothing but a knife in the gut in a dark alley for all the trouble you've caused. And trust me on this, it is arrogance to believe there aren't people out there who would love to make that happen, simply because you deserve to be punished. So think about that before opening your traps again. Oh, and that goes for the roleplay community on Twitter as well. Don't think you're getting off the hook anytime soon for what you did either. We may not pull a Nico Bellic and blow your head off, but you still royally pissed us off and made some very powerful and very dangerous enemies in the process. You're mistaken if you think we're going to give up on our stance and let you back in, just because one of you keeps popping up on occasion to screw with us, both here on YouTube and on Blue Sky. You can't get rid of us, you can't slow us down, you can't do shit besides yell into the void and pray it doesn't backfire in your face. So quit trying before we're forced to do something very drastic to you. Oops, my mistake. We already did do something drastic to you, supporting all those petitions to have Twitter banned across the world. Tens, nay hundreds of thousands of people across the world are tired of your bullshit, and the bullshit of that clueless monkey who runs the show, and want you and your entire site gone. And comments about the awful behavior of people on your site are not uncommon. So have fun looking for a new place to congregate once Twitter is dead and gone for good. Just don't expect us to leave the door open for you when that happens. You don't have to go home, but you sure as fuck can't stay here. Especially when we're still seeing people talking about all the sick, disgusting things on your website, all of which has the site under federal-level investigation by multiple countries as we speak. Yet you still manage to find time to attack those who are innocent, accusing them of the very same things your site is facilitating. If that isn't the dictionary definition of a hypocrite, I don't know what is. You're all sick in the head, and your words carry about as much weight as a paper straw right now. And before anyone in the comments says we're beating a dead horse by talking about this, just remember this. If it wasn't brought up, we wouldn't have need to beat this horse again. So maybe remind people not to go digging up the past if you don't want to hear about it again. This isn't fucking rocket science, so quit acting like it is. Anyway, enough of me yapping. We've got videos to make and a birthday celebration to plan for. So we'll see you later.
They laughed as the weak ones fell. Oh, they did. Hands painted red, not with love, but with sin. The crowd cheered loud, a hollow parade. I stood in the corner, their shadows cascaded, driven away, away from it all. Their poison games, their wicked call. Innocence shattered, left to decay. I had to run, I couldn't stay. They play with hearts like broken toys, smiles like daggers, cool little ploys. The air turned sour, the sky turned black. I whispered to hope, but it never spoke back. Their laughter rings a hollow tune. The sun hides behind the pale-faced moon. Driven away, away from it all. Their poison games, their wicked call. Innocence shattered, left to decay. I had to run, I couldn't stay. They play with hearts like broken toys, smiles like daggers, cool little ploys. The air turned sour, the sky turned black. I whispered to hope, but it never spoke back. Their laughter rings a hollow tune. The sun hides behind the pale-faced moon. Driven